tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. It's still morning. It is. It's still morning. It's still Friday. It is. I decided I would pick something very non-controversial, like the opposite. Just back to, like I was saying yesterday, back to basics on some things, right? Yeah, when it's twice, it is a good morning. Morning, I'm just trying to put my energies into the right places, and we're going to talk. I went through and divided up more about alcoholism a little bit. Here we talk on it, and yeah, I thought that would be a good thing. My wife's leaving town for a week. I don't want her to go. I'm a little scared. I don't like being away from her for that long, but I'll be okay. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I just saw it down there at the bottom. Very distracting, though. I would not be able to sit here and do the. In fact, it's making me ill now. Okay. Yo. Let's do introductions and get started. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. I'm going to be your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Put this over to chat. All right. Let's pull out our handy dandy guide to life, or what we call the big book. We're going to discuss some things. Point 1. I hate sticky notes. I hate them. I remember I was working at this one place. I was the manager, and everybody knew how much I hated sticky notes. And I came in one day, my old desk is just sticky notes. Other fuckers. I wasn't too appreciative of it then, but I kind of find it funny now. So I don't think I was a very good manager back then because it was all about me. All right, more about alcoholism. Most of us have been unwilling. There's that willingness. Unwilling. Most of us have been unwilling to really do anything about our behavior. We think that what we have going on is the right thing. All right. But, we're going to have to put some maximum effort into this. Cheesy leeway. All right. No person likes to think he is bodily and mentally different from his fellows. Yeah. That was the one thing. Once I found alcohol, I didn't feel like I was bodily and mentally different from my fellows anymore. But, was I wrong? You see, my friends drank just like I did. Okay. But their parents didn't have to put them away. When it came time, I went to Skid Row. They went to college. Big difference. Big difference. And I'll tell you something. They may have went to college, but we're later on in life, and they're alcoholic. Okay. Sometimes they hop on here a little bit. I wish I'd see Smedley more. Hey, Amber, it's right. Your ass better be here. It's good to see you. I've been sleeping all week, and I just feel like I've missed my friends like all week. It's weird. I don't feel like I've seen any of you guys I know it hasn't been that long, but yesterday I went to sleep at 3, got up at 8 o'clock this morning. So all that stuff is out now, and thank God. All right. Therefore, it's not surprising that our drinking careers have been characterized by countless vain attempts to prove we could drink like other people. The idea that somehow someday he will control and enjoy his drinking is the great obsession of every abnormal drinker. The persistence of this illusion is astonishing. Many pursue it into the gates of insanity or death. It's unfortunate, but we were born bodily and mentally different. If you are an alcoholic, okay, you were born this way. You did not have a choice, okay? This is where there is a difference between addiction to alcohol than there is with everything else. Okay, not anybody can become an alcoholic. Now, granted, sometimes people that have gotten addicted to drugs consider alcohol a drug, and good for them, man. Good for them. I think that's very astute thinking. I do. Okay. Now I know some people that are drug addicts and they drink normally. I have a friend of like 20 years. She's been off meth for a long time. She drinks like once a year. Now she just not that point, right? But we alcoholics are born fucked up. So it is not surprising that our drinking careers are made by countless vain attempts to drink like other people. My wife's a normal drinker. She doesn't drink. That's a normal drinker. There's no such thing as a normal drinker in my brain. I can't think of it, right? So, you know what? Tomorrow, let's say tomorrow they come out with a pill that allow me to drink like normal people. I'm going to have 5 of those. See? See how my brain it just can't wrap itself around it. It just can't. And we're going to have to be okay with that. Yeah, that's exactly it, Leisure. There is no such thing as a normal drinker. There is no such thing as a normal drug user. Do drug users talk about oh, they handle their drugs fine. Do you ever? Thank you, Leisure, for pointing that out. So that's why I need you guys here during this week, because my brain that's why I'm doing simple stuff. Maybe that's what God wanted me to do. We learned that we had to fully concede to our innermost selves that we were alcoholic. This is the first step in recovery. Not in sobriety, in recovery. The first step in recovery is to admit that, maybe I have a problem with alcohol. Maybe, how come whenever I start to drink, I can't stop? How come 2 is not enough? Why must I always black out? I didn't mean to go to the liquor store, but here I am with all this alcohol. When there are times I came home, I'm like, when did I stop at buy alcohol? When did I, the delusion that we are like other people or presently maybe has to be smashed. No, and let me tell you why. Because there's going to be a reemergence of a new self, man. No, changes are about to happen. And in order to start somewhere, we must accept it, or at least become aware of it. Acceptance and awareness are kind of the same thing. Yeah, it's just kind of, you know what? Maybe it's just been a fucked week for everybody, right? I mean, I've even been trying to write this letter. I'm like, Dion, just not today, right? We alcoholics are men and women who have lost the ability to control our drinking. We know that no real alcoholic ever recovers control. We know that all of us felt at times that we were regaining control, but such intervals, usually brief, were inevitably followed by still less control, which led in time to pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. We're convinced to a man that alcoholics of our type are in a grip of a progressive illness. Over any considerable period, we get worse, never better. Right? The progression of the disease. It's unfortunate, but alcoholism doesn't require alcohol in order for your disease to progress. It doesn't need it. You just need not do anything about your attitude. Okay? It isn't the alcohol. It isn't the alcohol. It's you. It isn't the alcohol. All right? All right. I'm going to skip over to there we go. A man of 30, and this right here proves that progression. A man of 30 was doing a great deal of spree drinking. He was very nervous in the morning after these bouts and quieted himself with more liquor. He was ambitious to succeed in business, but saw that he would get nowhere if he drank at all. Once he started, he had no control whatever. He made up his mind that until he had been successful in business and had retired, he would not touch another drop. Good for him, man. What a great decision. I bet he was miserable. This guy's whole life would be miserable. I would have hated it. Anyway, let's get to it, right? An exceptional man. He remained bone dry for 25 years. Wow. Okay. Talk about determined, right? 25 years after a successful and happy business career. So it sounds like he had a pretty good life. Then he fell victim to belief that practically every alcoholic has, that his long period of sobriety and self-discipline had qualified him to drink as other men. Out came the carpet slippers and a bottle in 2 months. 2 months. He was in a hospital, puzzled and humiliated. He tried to regulate his drinking for a while, making several trips to the hospital meantime. Then, gathering all his forces, he attempted to stop altogether and found he could not. Every means of solving his problem which money could buy was at his disposal. Every attempt failed, though a robust man at retirement. He went to pieces quickly and was dead within 4 years. Okay. That is the progression of the disease. See how quick it went? Bam, 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 bam. Okay? The thing is that when I say that if I take another drink, I'm going to die, it's because it's true. I don't know that I'd be able to get back. Look what happened to this man. I had 12 years sobriety, went back out, and I almost didn't make it back. Hi, Ingrid. It's good to see you. All right. Some of you thinking, yes, what you tell us is true, but it doesn't fully apply. We admit we have some of these symptoms, but we have not gone to the extremes you fellows did, nor are we likely to, for we understand ourselves so well after what you have told us that such things cannot happen again. We have not lost everything in life through drinking, and we certainly do not intend to. Thanks for the information. Thanks for the information, sure. I ain't going to end it there. I'm probably going to tick you off at this point. Okay. And it goes on to say that may be true of certain non-alcoholic people. Who, though, and notice they call them non-alcoholic, not normal, not normies. Did you know that normies don't like being called normies? Oh, weird. So I got to remember that. A normie told me that once. I just did it again. See how easy it is just to slip back into that verbiage? All right. Yes, non-alcoholics, right? Because we have established here that there's a difference, okay? My wife cannot become an alcoholic no matter how much she drinks. It's not possible because she doesn't have the peculiar mental twist. Okay. Does that make me different from all my fellows? Nope, sure doesn't. But this disease will make you think that. The disease will make you think that, okay? though drinking foolishly and heavily at the present time, are able to stop or moderate because their brains and bodies have not been damaged like ours were. See, I have lost some things due to my drinking. There are memories that are gone. They're just gone. Okay. Are they going to come back? I don't know. There's certain periods of my life I just don't remember anymore, which is kind of scary. Okay. What does that mean? That means that the alcohol, it means brain damage, wet brain. Okay. You ever met a person with wet brain? Okay. Disillusionment is the lot. Okay. It is way beyond. It is a horrible, horrible thing to watch. Because even though they have a wet brain and they can't figure everything out, you know what they're still going for? Alcohol. Yes. I've heard about it plenty of times. All right. That may be true, but the actual potential alcoholic, with hardly an exception, will be absolutely unable to stop drinking on the basis of self-knowledge. Okay. This is the point we wish to emphasize or re-emphasize, to smash home upon our alcoholic readers, as it has been revealed to us out of bitter experience. Right? And that's what that is experience. And that's partly why I come on here and do what I do, so that my younger friends don't need to go through the 10, 15 years of literal hell that I went through. It's not a requirement, and it's not a brag. It certainly isn't. Oh, I was worse than you. You know, I really don't go for that shit, right? Because there again, we don't do rock bottoms. We just have bottoms. There's just bottoms. There is no normal. Normal is a cycle on your washing machine. It always has been. Okay. So that comparison that we like to do just isn't a fit, especially when we compare ourselves to people that are non-alcoholic. So, all right. I think that's about all the energy, brain energy I have today. I'm going to try and hit a noon meeting, but I want to go to one where I'm not going to be forced to talk, because I may not be up for it. It's like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So I think it was more than my meds. I think I was sick. I don't know. Oh no, I was asleep most of the time. Thank you everybody for being here. Without these, I think I'd probably end up going crazy. So, yeah, I love you all. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.